Y'all thought I was finished? Hold on, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished?
Somebody FaceTime or somebody?
Merrill, I think you're getting
Merrill. It's not me.
Just press volume down here.
There you go, that's Merrill. I know I heard something.
Jalen, how's the shoulder feel right now?
I'm feeling fine. I'm feeling
Better
fine.
than it did Sunday? Or?
It's a week where we're keeping everything business as usual. I know we're playing a really good team, a really good opponent, and doing everything we can on a short week to be at full health.
So from your perspective, do you think you have a chance to play on Saturday?
Definitely a chance. Taking it day by day, though. You know, everybody knows that I'm dealing with something. I think that's pretty public. Is out there. I'm not one to really talk about myself. You know, obviously being a quarterback of the Philadelphia Eagles, you can't run from that. You know, but I'm taking everything one day at a time with it and preparing versus a really good defense. We're gonna talk about that defense today. Make sure we don't miss that. A really good team. You know, we know what they're capable of on both sides of the ball. We know the challenges that they present. So we want to be ready for a good game of execution and being ready to tackle.
Did you know there was some issue after the game?
Yeah, I knew when it happened. I'm very aware of my body. I've always been that way, and you know I try and be mindful of those things, and I'm pretty good at kind of overcoming those different things. So nonetheless, nothing changes with my approach this week, as it's always been that way.
How encouraging was it that you were able to continue playing? How encouraging is it that you were able to continue playing into the fourth quarter there and making the throws that you needed to make, even with the shoulder? Yeah,
I think again, you know, I don't want to talk about myself. I'm not one to talk about myself. It took a lot of grit. It took some courage, you know, and it took the people around me. You know, I think when you're in a situation like that, you know, we have a ton of guys that play through things. We have a ton of guys that have to overcome adversities and obstacles in front of them. And I think that was something that we did together. You know, I think it was a unique game considering the conditions, kind of the pace of the game, you know, and I think we had opportunities to do really big things, and we took advantage of them in the end.
Are you able to throw right now, Jalen?
Yeah.
Tested it out.
It didn't appear that you had a problem on those deep balls. Did you have to put a little extra into that?
I had to find a way. And I think in the end, that's what it's all about. You know, I know as a team, as players, as individuals, we all have things that we want to accomplish together, and ultimately, we want to find a way to get them done. You know, so it's a day-by-day thing. You know, and I think for us, we want to trust in the process of us just getting better and getting ready for this game in front of us. You know, nothing changes. You know what I'm saying? Nothing changes but the weather in terms of our approach, and we want to be ready come Saturday.
How do you balance your competitiveness versus the benefit of resting you and make sure you're 100% for the playoffs?
Yes, there are a whole bunch of things that kind of go into different decisions that are made, but ultimately, I want to do what's best for the team, and you know, it's a thing where you take it one day at a time. I think the best thing for me is being ready to play, and being of best health. So it's a day-by-day thing.
Will you change in any way the way you play because of this? Or when you're a runner,
Yeah.
they have an opportunity to hit you and drive you into the ground?
You know, I've it's not the first time that I've had, you know, things that I've had to overcome. Been in these type of situations, it just so happens to be public. So there have been a number of times where there have had to be things where we've all had to persevere through and have a lot of courage through. And nothing changes about this other than the publicity of it. So the mentality of this team and what we have moving forward is truly just about being ready to go on Saturday. And it's gonna take everybody like it does every week.
You and Gardner Minshew have been together for 2 years now. What can you tell us maybe about him behind the scenes? What's he like in his approach to?
I missed your question. I'm sorry.
Gardner Minshew and you have been together 2 years now. What's he been like behind the scenes? approaching every practice and game, and how has he helped you?
Yeah, you know, I know the O-linemen got a lot of love for their Louis bags, got a lot of attention for their Louis bags. I know AJ is very vocal about lack thereof of a gift, but you know he just had a career high in receptions and broke a career record for career high in yards too. So I think he's having a good Christmas so far.
Jalen, looking at Dallas' defense for the second time this year,
Merrill straight to it.
have they changed anything they're doing?
Well, what I was saying, Merrill, about the Gardner question, everybody's talking about the Louis bags, but nobody's talking about the Jordan 11s I got them. So to show that, I'm just saying that I'm appreciative of everybody in the quarterback room, the help that they've been for me. We're all young players in that room. And you could say young coaches as well, and deals off of one another. We all challenge each other to get better, get better, and you know, it's a room that I really appreciate. I think this team really appreciates too.
We have time for 2 more. Cowboys defense. This is the second time you've seen them now. A couple guys back. How's it different from the first time? And what are the challenges of facing them in Dallas?
Yeah, I think you know they've always had a really good defense and they're well coached. They have really good players. They fly to the ball. They disrupt. They're very disruptive and they make a lot of plays. You know, I think with the front seven that they have and the way that they're able to get to the quarterback, they're really good at that. You know, so I think for us, we have to really be dialed in on how we execute our fundamentals and obviously protecting the ball. That's always a goal of ours going into every game. So we're prepared. We're prepared to play a really good team, but we're a really good team too.
A strong shoulder is critical for your position, obviously. What type of experience do you have with this type of injury, and going forward, how do you kind of, I guess, balance pain tolerance with making sure that you're good long term with that shoulder?
Yeah, it's nothing changes. You know what I'm saying? Nothing changes. The approach is always the same. Like I said, there's always things that you really have to overcome. Nothing changes here. You know, we're gonna go out there Saturday and find a way to get a victory. That's our goal. That never changes.
Jalen, you built a strong case for MVP up until this point. You know, how much is that kind of in your mind and your thought process as you weigh whether to finish out the regular season?
Yeah, I think for me, man, I really try and focus on the things that I can control. You know, I've never been able to control those things other than what I do on the field. So